Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 105th episode of Big Blue News. I'm your host, Jasper.
And I'm Kiara. Let's get right to the news. After the powerful drug lord El Mencho was killed, violence broke out in Mexico. This event took the lives of 70 people. Because of this, Mexico is under investigation for the World Cup. FIFA representatives will be visiting Mexico soon to see if the country is still eligible to co-host the World Cup. FIFA President Gianni Infantino says he has full confidence in Mexico's ability to host. The people of Mexico hope the World Cup will be hosted there, and we will find out after the investigation has concluded whether they are eligible or not.
On February 28th, Israel and the United States launched joint attacks on Iran, targeting Iranian military sites and leadership. According to the U.S., the primitive strikes were carried out with the goal of destroying the Iranian nuclear program along with changing the regime. As the supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei was killed following these strikes, in retaliation, Iran has launched multiple attacks on the U.S. and Israeli allies in the Gulf region. This includes American bases in countries such as Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE, Qatar, which hosts America's biggest military base in the region. The conflict further expanded as Israel continued to send strikes to Iran, and more recently, Lebanon, with the escalation of tensions in the region. The United States has requested that the people be evacuated from countries such as Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Bahrain, Oman, Egypt, Syria, and Yemen to ensure their safety.
On March 4th, 2026, a Capitol Hill hearing about the U.S. and Iran war was interrupted by an anti-war protester. His name is Brian McGinnis. He was a U.S. Marine who is now a protester who speaks out against war. Brian showed up in the hearing in a military uniform. He screamed, "America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel." 30 minutes after the meeting started, after the interruption, officers attempted to escort Brian. He was seen struggling with the officers. As the officer brought Brian to the door, his left arm got stuck between the door and the frame, and due to the officers pulling him out, his arm broke and was captured on video. After the video went viral, another video came out of Brian saying, quote, "No one wants to fight for Israel." Brian later spoke out on X after the incident, stating, "And for the record, I've been running long before this, and yes, even after breaking my arm, standing up for what I believe in." 3 officers were left injured after the struggle, and Brian is currently under arrest with 3 counts of assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest and crowding, obstructing and incommoding for the unlawful demonstration.
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey has reached out to the public to help change the high school graduation requirement after MCAS, Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System, was removed from the requirements when Massachusetts voters approved a ballot question on November 5th, 2024. This is what Maura Healey had to say. "This is an important chance for students, families, educators, and partners across Massachusetts to share different perspectives before the Graduation Council's final report is released later this year," said Education Secretary and Graduation Council co-chair Dr. Patrick Tuwiller. "The survey allows us to listen carefully, learn from diverse voices, and give everyone an opportunity to shape our final recommendations. I encourage everyone to fill it out and look forward to engaging with more community members." Moving on, the Swampscott School Committee has already approved the one-year plan, ensuring graduation to Swampscott seniors who follow the credit requirements and the mastery of 9th and 10th grade standards in English, math, and science. We asked students what they think should be a requirement for graduating, if there should be one at all.
Last week, the Swampscott High School Band and Chorus traveled to Universal Orlando to play and sing a collection of music on their city walk. They also have a special workshop to review their own fundamentals, which we will see in practice in their concert here at SHS shortly. The band and chorus visited 3 of the 4 parks owned by Universal Orlando, and even went to their new Epic Universe, which opened up last year, which held new areas based on popular franchises like How to Train Your Dragon and the Super Nintendo World. We welcome the band and chorus back to SHS and can't wait for the concert to see their accomplishments. That's it for the news. Let's take it over to Yusuf for our entertainment desk.
Welcome to the news desk. Let's get started. On February 28th, Swampscott High School Drama Club advanced to the semifinals at Drama Fest for their production of Murder by Poe. Drama Fest is a competition between local high school theaters and productions. The first round had 7 schools in total, with 3 of them moving on to semifinals, that being Peabody, Swampscott, and Andover. And in addition, Kira Madruga, Scout Meyer-Smith, Alex Winkleman all won acting awards. Dylan Pfaffel and Ava Miller also won awards for their technical excellence. The next round of the fest will be on March 14th. Good luck to the SHS Drama Club. On Friday, February 27th, the long-awaited 9th entry of the Resident Evil series released, Resident Evil Requiem, revealed back in June of 2025, immediately cementing itself as one of the most anticipated video games of 2026. The game features dual protagonists Grace Ashcroft and Lion S. Kennedy, who is a former protagonist of the previous installments. This title aimed to serve as a return to form to the series' classic roots with claustrophobic horror and stressful item management, while also acknowledging the franchise's more action-packed era. The game has since sold 5 million copies after just 5 days of release, being the fastest installment to ever hit this milestone in the franchise. Plans for DLC are apparently already in production, and Resident Evil is already being considered. Moving on February 27th, Pokemon Presents came out and announced several new Pokemon projects to the audience. One of these announcements was for Pokemon Winds and Waves, which will be the 10th generation of the Pokemon games. The trailer showed off many of the new locations within the new games, as well as 3 new starters that players will be able to choose from to start off their journey. These starters have stirred up a lot of positive commotion, with many people trying to make cases on why each starter is the best. All the starters are great choices, honestly, and this will be one of the many times Pokemon Wind and Waves takes the internet by storm. Moving on, Scream 7 reportedly is not doing so well. After the 7th adaptation in the franchise, Scream is seeming to have fallen off. With a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes and many negative reviews being posted online, Scream 7 is shaping up to be the worst installment in the franchise. But even with all that, Scream 7 spent $45 million to make a movie and made $97.1 million globally just on the opening weekend. Even through all the controversy, Scream fans are still standing really strong. Wuthering Heights, the rated R sensual gothic drama, was a movie many were looking forward to. After watching the movie, many who were excited for the release felt disturbed and even disgusted after the movie due to the intense situations of the movie. However, there are many more who believe that the raw nature of the movie is what gave it its excellence, therefore believing that this movie was a true piece of cinema. Moving on, Hoppers is an animated film by Pixar that many were excited for before its release. It seemed that it was shaping up to be one of the best Pixar films in years. Post-release on March 6th, Hoppers was already breaking records, having a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes, and the last time a movie produced by Pixar had this high ratings was the movie Coco, which was released in 2017. Many people loved the message of being more eco-friendly and the power of unity coupling with great humor the movie delivered while doing so. And now we'll cut to the sports desk with Alex and Paul.
Thanks, Yosef. I'm Paul Varvunas.
And I'm Alex Alkazov.
Let's discuss the ending of the winter sports season. So first, let's talk about the girls with their season ending in the playoffs. And it was a tough game against Tantasqua. Alex, what do you have to say?
So they had their preliminary matchup against the Tantasca Warriors, and in a brutal game, the Big Blue were struggling to hit shots, but the girls were down 7 points with 3 minutes left, and it wasn't really looking promising.
I know, but they also, at that point, they went 0 for 20 from 3 from the field. Anna Kanders was struggling with, I believe, 5 points entering the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but she had 2 really good deep three-pointers.
Absolutely, and that cut the lead down to 4, but ultimately it'd be too little, too late for the girls, as they'll get eliminated by Tantasqua, which we do have a little highlight reel we'll show you guys.
O'Neal hands it up to Chiarello. Chiarello has some room. Chiarello step back. 4-3.
As we are back, as we're going to go talk about the boys' season now, with their first matchup being at home against the Nantucket Warriors. And it was a tough game, boys fighting. It was a close game, actually, which the Big Blue were favored. But ultimately, going into overtime, Chiarello having a chance right before it on the putback layup, but couldn't connect on it. But they did get the job done in overtime. And it was a great game to be at home and be commentating over, and it was a fun one.
Yeah, they dominated overtime, 67-61, and we won. Incredible defense, and we were mostly scoring from layups. Connor Chiarello and Teddy O'Neal scored 51 points combined, which is absolutely insane. So, yeah.
And it's what you expect from your two-star players, and they're probably one of their last seasons, Torello being a senior as well.
Of course.
Last hurrah for Torello. But let's take a look at the roll-in that we saw from the Warriors.
O'Neal hands it up to Chiarello. Chiarello has some room. Chiarello step back. 4-3! Going the other way now. The freshman Adams finds the right corner. Thought about a shot. Poke from behind to find losing it. 4-3 is good. That's the first score of the game.
Okay.
Just
Is this a
over
Clipper?
3 minutes into the second half. Clippers passing it around again. Shot motivated the fans a little bit. Left corner, left, wide open. Here's Adams. Adams passing it on over to O'Hare. Inside. Out open for three is Adams. Is good for. Now they're running a play. 8 seconds left in the shot clock. O'Neal, step in, mid-range two. Is good! Inbound being taken by O'Hare. They have 5 seconds to inbound. Finds fine. Double team. 2 seconds. Tough shot. Oh!
Amazing game from the Big Blue against the Whalers. Moving on, boys basketball against Norwell Clippers. Game-winning buzzer beater made by Norwell. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it was a tough shot. The boys in blue were going back and forth. It was a good game. It just came down to the simple things like free throws, going 4 for 12 from the line. Stuff like that. It just pains you when, especially with a game winner from three when you lose by 1. But also with 3.8 seconds left, the fact that they were down by 2 and that's the shot they got, like Swampscott could not have done much more. It was just a crazy shot.
It was insane. He was like turned around.
It's gone viral, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
The clip has been everywhere, and it's all these complaints. It's like if you're Swampscott, that's just all you can do. You cannot have done much more.
Honestly, and I thought we were gonna win too.
I don't know. I mean,
was
everyone
really
did. It was a
excited.
crazy atmosphere at home, but it was a tough game from the line, 4 for 12. But that'll do it for the boys, and that'll eliminate both the girls and boys for the basketball seasons.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ranked 4-2, going I believe 12-5. It was a good season, and you gotta give them props.
Yeah.
And congrats to the seniors, Connor Torello, Chase Gruthius, and Sam Moscoso, and Adam Spraccio as well.
Of course, can't forget him. All right, March Madness.
It was a great game. It was a great atmosphere, seeing the teachers and students with the fundraiser game. It's been happening for the past 3 or so years. The teachers have not gotten a win so far, and it was looking really promising. The teachers going up 10-0 to start the game. Timeout called by Coach Sasson, and from there, they just took over.
Yeah, but going against Connor Torello, they were not
Connor
gonna win.
Torello on the students' team I don't know how that got approved.
Such a great advantage, though, honestly. But yeah, the teachers scored 10 points before the students scored once, so that was promising. But in the end, didn't really work out for them.
I mean, the game also, it was looking really good for the students. Then Miss Kelly, the vice principal at SHS, hit 2 insane three-pointers to force overtime. And we were kind of just learning as we went, not knowing if there's overtime at all. There was a 2-minute overtime period, which Connor Torello kind of did what he does best, took over the game, hit a couple mid-range twos, and that would ultimately do it. But it was a great atmosphere. It was a great fundraiser.
Yeah.
We also got a little bit of a post-game interview with Coach Sasson and some of the students. Let's take a look what they have to say.
What a game we saw out of the students so far. Going into overtime, getting the job done right at the end, 4-point game. Tell me what you guys are thinking right now.
I mean, just absolutely electric game. Just from the jump, we came out a little slow, but we picked it up. Nico with a bunch of big threes, me, myself with some threes, and Connor Torello, and we really just took the dub.
Yeah, I think the playmaking ability today was really special, especially by number 6. He's a good player. Sorry. And Zero with the game-winning shot, and he changed the game. And also Nico Croft, MVP chance. So.
Yeah, I mean the boys battled. I mean after the first, we were down 18-5, 18-5, and we came back. I'm pretty sure it was 23-18 at one point, and I don't think we let up after that. It was a great game by everyone.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just starts in the gym here. We're here day in, day out, as of yesterday, banging buckets, banging some threes, just barbecue chicken from there.
Hey, I do have one more question for Coach Sasson. Coach, I saw you talking with the official a lot. Can you tell us what you were saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna get very controversial here. It's just I thought the refs. I mean, it was a little soft. It was a little soft, but you know they did great. They get paid to do this. I'm not saying I could do better than them, but you know they did great. They did great.
He's the best coach in the nation. He's 2-0. So haters keep hating. Little bro, say little bro.
Hey, Paul, get in
Students on three. 1, 2, 3. Students!
Just amazing atmosphere overall, especially with halftime after it was really interactive and fun, handing out $150 worth of like gift cards. And yeah,
It's a great experience, Alex. What do you think you could have won one of those events?
absolutely. You already know.
Yeah. That'll do it for us here at the Sports Desk, as we're going to cue it over to the Weather Desk with Kenya Soto.
Thank you, Alex and Paul. Hello and welcome to the Weather Desk. I'm Kenya and let's get started. So today is going to have some rain with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 35. Swampscott's getting warmer as we head out of the winter season and into the spring, with the weather in the high 30s and 40s continuing throughout the week. Thursday morning gets some rain with a high of 39, so you might want to wear a raincoat, and Friday stays around the same temperature, just without the rain, and should be sunny. Saturday jumps up to a high of nearly 50 degrees and you get a good amount of sunlight, with just little clouds, with some rain in the AM, with similar weather carrying on to Sunday. Monday starts off as a wintry mix with a high of 40, but drops down as low as 28, going into Tuesday with ice rains. That's it for weather. Back to the news desk for upcoming events. For this episode's upcoming events, we have the Tree Committee on March 12th is going to be promoting the nature of Swampscott and its preservations. Drama Fest is going to have its semifinals on the 14th for their performance of Murder by Poe. Good Luck Drama Club. On March 16th, the Harbor and Waterfront Committee will be meeting to discuss the water and its issues in Swampscott. On March 17th, the Committee of Understanding Addiction and Recovery will be meeting to discuss the problem of addiction and the solution to those who need help recovering. On March 17th, the Zoning Board of Appeals will be meeting in B129 at the high school to continue their discussion of new zoning. On March 18th, the Select Board will be having a regular session meeting in B129 at the high school. On March 18th, progress reports will be posted and the students of Swampscott Public Schools will be getting their report cards shortly after. On March 20th, Swampscott will be having its Friday Flicks, where they are going to be showing the Ferris Bueller's Day Off. On March 24th, Swampscott's High School is going to be holding a celebration for Black History Month, showcasing different pieces made by African American people, like holding events like Jeopardy, family art, and storytelling for 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that's all for upcoming events. We thank you for joining us on this episode of Big Blue News.
Tune in next time and make sure to like and subscribe.